Hi, I'm Mary, and I'm here with Mike from UNH. What are we doing today?
Today we are working on the World of Robotics activity with the UNH Ambassadors.
Cool. So what are some of the projects we're doing today?
So while working on the robots, the students are choosing different gears and different wheels, and we're working on trying to make the fastest robot possible in this activity.
That's very interesting and sounds like a lot of fun.
There you go. All right, so who knows what we're doing today? Did anyone spill the secret?
Making RC cars. Robotics.
No, not RC car, robotics. There we go. So who can tell me real quick what you might be doing? Just first inspection.
Something involving these.
Yep, so tools and controllers. So, going to be building robots today. Whoa, don't be too excited. All right, so building robots today. So before we get on that topic, just a quick show of hands. Who's built something before? Like even just Legos? Yeah? Who's used tools, like a screwdriver, hammers, or something like that? Yeah, pretty much everybody. You don't have to. All right.
Cool.
All right, so like I said, building robots today, and one analogy I like to use when building the robots and kind of how to build the robots is like riding a bike. Who knows how to ride a bike? Pretty much everybody?
I don't know how to ride a bike.
So who can tell me real quick how your bike works as far as shifting gears and going faster or slower? Can anyone take a stab at how that works? Anybody? How does your bike work as far as like shifting gears and going faster or slower, like uphills, downhills? Does anybody know? Yeah, can you explain it?
The smaller gear is easier to rotate, but it's harder to go faster.
Mm-hmm.
And the bigger gear is for going uphill. It's in one turn. It's slower, but it takes less energy to use.
No, exactly. So if you've ever looked at your bike before, there are different size gears or sprockets, we call them, on the bike itself, and that allows you to go faster or slower. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you're building the robots, because we have different size sprockets and gears and such to configure a robot to be able to make them go faster or slower. Cool? All right, so Connor's going to explain real quick just the workings of the robot. He's got one in his hands right now. Just pointing out basic things like axles. So the axles are the pointy things coming out the side of the robot. And then also on the same axles are little silver donuts. Those are called shaft collars. All right, so everybody in your groups right now, take the tools, and if you can find the little black set screw, we call that, on the collar, loosen that just ever so slightly so you can slide it off.
You're working with them.
Oh yeah, you 5 are on that robot.
We don't have enough robots to go around. This one isn't operational right now.
All right, so loosen it ever so slightly. Don't take the screw out.
Don't take the screw.
And once everybody in the group has just gotten a feel for using the tools, put the set screw, tighten it up, and just leave it on the robot. We'll move on after that. So everyone kind of looked at it? All right, so everyone's used the tools, gotten a feel for that? All right, so then put it back on and tighten it up, and then we'll move on after that.
Oh no, I just we're doing 6 and 4.
2 and 6.
Yeah. I think 6 and 4.
You guys want to come down here? You want to just come down here and sit around this table? Bring your robot. Just come down here.
In the same area.
All right, so take 10 more seconds. Take 10 more seconds. Once you've loosened up, got a feel for the tools, tighten it back up, and then we'll move on to the next step, okay?
You can move right in here.
Oh yeah, look, we have space now. Great. Thank you.
We're getting a feel for it, okay?
Here, stand up.
We need to screwdriver.
We're going to separate out the table. Stand up here.
Bro, this is like the most
Push the table back to here.
Bro, you can aim at that. It's Steven.
Go.
Be placing
All right, so can everyone look up at me real quick? So pretty easy to use the tools, right?
Push the table a little further back so you're not gonna...
So as far as loosening the little shaft collar, the little silver donut, that's kind of the basis of building, and it's so easy, right? Not too bad. Just loosening a screw lefty-loosey. So on every single desk, there's this little diagram, little build diagram. If you follow this throughout the entire activity, nothing will go wrong, and I have your guys', so you will have one. So on the diagram, just look at the piece of paper real quick. You'll see on the top shaft there's a spacer, then a gear, then a shaft collar. That's kind of how everything stacks up, and that's the order in which you're going to put all of the components back on the axle, okay? Same with the bottom, but on the bottom you're going to have wheels. You need something to drive on, right? So it's going to go spacer, gear, spacer, wheel, shaft collar. Everyone can see that, right? Just right on the bottom.
Yeah.
Very easy, very simple. We try to help you guys out in that sense because we want to work on as many different combinations of builds as we can within the hour. Any questions up until this point? We're going to go over the combinations and let you guys build right after that. No questions? Pretty self-explanatory, I hope?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so Connor's going to go over the different components or variables that you can build with, and then after that we'll ask you to send one representative up to our build station, which is right behind the camera, and you can start picking out the parts. So give your attention to Connor right now.
So in designing your robot, you have to keep in mind the different types of variables you want to choose. In the end, we're actually going to ask you guys to use the backside of your paper and create a table of what combinations you have and how fast they've gone, and then we'll see what type of combination is the winning combination. I believe, doing out the math, there's like 16 different possible combinations you can have. So we have 4 possible wheel choices. These 2 being special types of wheels, where they can go rotate like that, but they can also go left and right. Each one of these little barrels are free spinning, so they can go left and right. They drift really well, and there's big and small on that. Then we have these 2 hard rubber wheels. We have a big one, which is kind of flat, and then we have this little one, which has little bumpies on it. Those are the 4 types of wheels. We also have the different types of gears. So these are the ones that are shown in your picture. You have this very large one, medium one. These are both the same, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Medium one, and then this small one. So 3 combinations of gears, 4 combinations of wheels. See how many different combinations you can make. Not yet, hold up. Keep in mind, we want to make this kind of like a legitimate scientific engineering design. So always keep track of what trial you're on and what type of combination you're on, so you don't repeat the same one again and not realize why yours isn't going the fastest. And possibly with the assistance of a teacher or me or Mike, we'll do some timed runs throughout your time here. Any other things to touch on?
Nope. So you can have a big and a small, or a small and a big, and you can have 2 medium-sized gears, and then you can have 4 different choices of wheels. The only thing is you can mix and match the types of wheels, but you can't mix and match the size. So you can have small wheel, big wheel. It has to be big and big.
They all have to touch the ground.
Cool? All right, so take 30 seconds within your team. What size gears do you want and what size wheels do you want?
What's your first choice? What's your first combination?
And once you know what size and what type you want, send one representative up to the table and you can get the parts that you need, okay?
Oh my god.
Wait, will they have treads?
I'm guessing these are
You can
like.
use that. We didn't describe that, but those pair with these, so that you can wrap them around and kind of create like a tank tread.
I think.
You can go with that first. Usually students save that for last.
Wait, so these.
So do you know how many you need total? 8 gears total, 4 wheels.
I need more
Alright, you
gears.
guys got all your...
What are the chains?
We need 8 gears and 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on the picture,
And I bet that
you
one
can
is
get 2 people working at the same time.
Okay, no, but when you turn, it's just gonna like. That, where's this come
Work 2
from?
at a time, 2 at a time.
You already broke.
If you have
Wait, not, it's not, wait, let's see.
third,
This one only had 1.
I'll give you a brand new one. Let me get you the
It's stripped. There we go. Don't they go on the bottom? Okay, no, I think that we're doing this wrong. Yes, like the wheels on the bottom. Yeah, that's how it moves. Okay, now you tighten it.
I have no idea what's going on. Guys, stop. Oh, cool.
I think the big go on top.
I don't think they have enough room to go on the top.
So for these ones, so those are the medium size, so you can only use these with the big gears. So you gotta swap these out. So either you need two mediums top and bottom or a big and a small top and bottom.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, how does the gear work?
So trade in the mediums and get a set of bigs, okay?
That doesn't work.
What do you mean? That's how it's supposed to go.
Calm down. Yeah, this one's stuck. It won't screw.
No, big gear's going on.
No, we have to have a screwdriver.
Perfect. See? Oh, that's okay. It's going to move around sometimes. Just do your best. You might have to like wiggle a little bit.
No, I was wrong actually. I think the big go on top.
No, you're right. They go on the bottom.
No,
Trying to wiggle a
look
little.
at
Perfect.
the wheels.
Yeah.
The thing's touching the. It's not supposed to. The gear's not supposed to touch it.
Yeah, because we haven't
Right,
put
so
the
you want a
spacer in
spacer.
between.
So here.
We're supposed to put a spacer in between.
No, that's not the problem. The gear's touching that. The gear is bigger than the wheel.
No, there's a spacer here. Ready?
No, guys, you're not understanding what I'm
Wait, so
saying.
listen. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, even with the spacer, the gear is kind of serving as the wheel because the gear is the one on the bottom. This isn't even touching.
Good observation.
Here, I'll tighten this one. I can't get this thing on. Okay, Mary, I can't get the wheel on. No, now you have to go over the chain.
Do you want to do the chain?
Get the chains on.
You have to like.
I think it's like hard to chain.
Okay.
No, we should
Measure it first.
Can we take some of it off?
Those little shaft
Yeah, you
collars go
can.
over
The
the
break?
outside and hold everything together.
It just like pops apart, like a big out.
Not a pop.
So yeah, the shaft collar goes on the very end, so you want to take them off like that.
Can I use yours?
Because they're falling anyway.
Yay, we get to be on the channel 13.
Why do I only have 3 of these? Oh, because he has 5.
Go.
On the ground, don't drive it when someone pulls it. And then
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
You stop before the finish line.
Ethan, in about 30 seconds, you're going to need to let someone else control it.
Push it.
You got 10.9. You got 5.9. I was writing.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, we'll reset that. Bring it back.
That's because we have the big wheel. No, we're gonna use
A little crooked.
Good morning, Hampton Academy. Today I'm in the STEM room with John, who's from UNH. So John, may I ask you what we're actually doing here today?
Yeah, so we're running a STEM activity where it's called Design a Theme Park, and we essentially run through the engineering process multiple times to create a fictitious theme park ride that's similar to a Tower of Terror style thing. And we essentially want the groups to design a ride that's very fast but also safe for the people, which are represented by ping pong balls.
So what is the purpose? What are the students going to benefit from this?
The main purpose of this activity is to learn about things like potential energy and primarily the engineering process, because it's what we do as engineers at UNH.
And may I ask what you do at UNH?
I study cybersecurity.
What does that do?
It's essentially methods to protect information on computer systems, so encryption, that sort of thing.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so we flip to the back of the first page.
we have some room for you to draw. So you can start going, talk as a team, think of a good design, we'll come check you out. And once you give the okay, we'll give you the pipe, you can start building. Yeah, we'll give you some tape.
Wait. What's the rope for? What would I use the rope for?
I don't know.
I want to blow it off. We should tape the rope.
I got it. Why would
So how's your plan? Good. So let's put the bottom. Yeah. Good work. And then we got to do it that way. So
I
will cut. I'm not right-handed.
Or lower.
Wait, yeah. No, more. Like, less. Keep going. If you're lower, then it's good.
Although this is for an axe ride, like.
I got it. Is string involved or no? Yeah, it is. Should we try to make that? I have an idea. Friction. We can hold that.
Are we just gonna have one or two?
Yeah, it does not work. Everybody's dead. Don't hurt me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's not making use these.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, let's
You gotta test it? Test it.
we can't because it's kind of attached.
She taped it to the bottom of the pole.
It works. Yeah, it worked.
It works.
But I kind of like didn't feel it.
Rattle our past. You want to try to work then I love how you came. Oh my god! This is what I do.
Okay, try it.
See? No, we failed.
No. I think I have really hard time.
There you go. Okay, now it's messed up.
I mean, it looks great except for the tape's about to break and
It's because